This trade deal would put United States workers in competition with corporations who have workers who are operating in countries like Vietnam, which has a minimum wage of 28 cents an hour. 28 cents an hour. It's an outrage. That's what would be in competition with. Now, most importantly, and the worst thing about all of this, is that Congress would have to pass this with fast-track legislation. And that means that Congress would surrender their constitutional authority over free trade. It prevents any amendments to a trade deal. It limits flawed debate and forces an up and down vote on a short timeline without any other limitations. I'm going to introduce now several of our speakers. The first, I am proud to introduce to you our Congressman Michael Grimm.
Hello, everyone. How are you? All right. Listen, there's two reasons why I'm standing here with my colleague, Nydia Velasquez, and all of these people in the snow, in the cold. Two reasons. American jobs and American workers. Those are the two reasons, because that's what this is about.
Our next speaker is our Congresswoman Nydia Velasquez.
Thank you. Thank you. America is watching. American workers are watching us. And this is very important because, my friend, I've been in Congress for 21 years. I have seen this movie before, and I can tell you it didn't work then, and it will not work now.
We're out here today in the middle of this snowstorm because we know that the single biggest factor in why our economy continues to lag year after year, decade after decade, is because of jobs. This free trade agreement on steroids, as Mario mentioned, and it is just that, is another one of these free trade agreements which supports corporations which make hundreds of millions of dollars on the backs of hard-working Americans. We need to produce jobs and more jobs in order to get our country back on its economic feet.
From the Communication Workers of America, Chris Shelton.
Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. I'm not going to keep you too long because it's snowing. And the last guy gave us a lot of facts here. I'm glad it's not sunny out or we'd still be here. You know, this thing is bad for everybody except corporations. It's bad for workers. It's bad for the environment. It's bad for the United States. It's great for corporations who pay people 28 cents an hour to do work. And how will we compete against people who work for 28 cents an hour?
Our next speaker is from the International Association of Machinists, Jim Canigliaro.
Thank you all for coming. Last press conference, it was 15 degrees, and of course today, I don't know who's scheduling these conferences, but what I do want to say is I'm very happy to see that this is not a one-party bill. I was very happy to see Congressman Grimm here. We got bipartisan support on this. There isn't any statistics that say that any of these trade deals work for the American people. Not one. And I tell you, most of all, we have to stand up and stand up for our children and our grandchildren to come. If we don't stop this now, we are screwing our grandchildren and our children out of jobs. This has to be stopped from the top down, from the president down. Enough is enough of these bad deals and giving our jobs away to other countries. Please stand in support of this. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Business Manager of Local 3 of the IBEW, Chris Erickson.
Thank you, Mario. I also stand in opposition to this. Our president is wrong. NAFTA was a disaster, as is this trade deal. We've seen plants, good union jobs, IBEW jobs down south, ME Sharp, GE, after the commitment to this country to bring manufacturing jobs back to America, they're again offshoring, closing down, leaving Americans in desolation. So please, President Obama, on behalf of all of those that are here today, think this over and do not pass the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Captain
Thank
Al
you.
Hagan from the Uniform Fire Officers Association.
We all know free trade is nothing more than chasing the cheapest labor, not even cheap labor, the cheapest labor to the darkest corners of the world. And I would say this, that the people who negotiate and instigate these free trade agreements, if they didn't go to the London School of Economics and instead went to the School of Hard Knocks, they'd be facing criminal prosecution, and that's the way it should be.
The issues are clear. A government by and for the people does not sell us out to foreign interests and corporations. Our job is clear. Congress has to make sure that fast track doesn't happen, and we need to be vigilant to make sure that our interests as the American people, to ensure our jobs, safety, and health are ensured. Thank you.